Hello. Today we will have a look at different ways we can add multiple values to a key within a Python dictionary. To store multiple values for a key, we need to store these values in their own container. And this container is then the value in the key value pair. The common containers we can use to store multiple values are lists, tuples, and sets. Lists, at least for me personally, are usually the best choice, so I'll be focusing on lists throughout this video. In the background you can already see I'm writing a list, my own list, with my terrier, cat and parrot, just to show you an example so we can quickly recap lists and dictionaries and their properties before we get into it further. So a quick recap, both lists and dictionaries are mutable and ordered, so we can change them. List values are indexed by their zero-based position, so terrier in my case is the 0, cat is position 1 and parrot position 2. Dictionary values, on the other hand, they are indexed by their key. As you can see, the key for terrier is available. Lists are recognizable by their square brackets, whereas dictionaries are inside curly braces. Lists contain comma-separated values, while dictionaries contain comma-separated key-value pairs. The key and the value, they are separated by a colon within a dictionary. So if we want to access a list value, we call its index position. And if we want to access a dictionary value, we call its corresponding key. So in our examples here, if we have a look at, if we want to call our first value inside a list, we will print my list and ask for the 0 position. If I want to call a specific value of a dictionary, I call its corresponding key. So in this case, my dictionary I will call available. All right, let's move on. The first and simplest way to add multiple values to a dictionary key is by adding a list directly in place of a value when creating the dictionary. This dictionary contains 3 single value key value pairs: available terrier, not available cat, and dead parrot. Now let's change the first key value pair by adding square brackets around the value terrier. That's it. This dictionary now contains single value key value pairs, of which the first value is a list. That list itself contains one value, terrier. If you're not sure about a value yet, but you know which key you'd like to use, it's not a problem. You can just add an empty list and fill it at any later time. So now that we've set up our list, we can fill it with as many values as we like. Let's add a second dog to our available list, Mutt. Now, what we can do, let's access all of the values for one key by calling the key of the key value pair we want to see. In this case, the key available. This returns the list of the values we set for this key. If we want to access a single value from a key multiple value pair, we can do that by accessing the index position of the value. So in this case, we want the position 0 to show us terrier. Having a 0-based index, 0 shows us the first value of our key multiple value pair. Fantastic. Okay, let's look at the options we have for existing dictionaries. Our first method to add multiple values to a dictionary key is the assignment operator plus equals. We can use the assignment operator plus equals to add values to a specific key in the same way we use it to add values to variables. Let's go ahead and create a dictionary with our single values already stored as lists. Our print shows our dictionary with each of the values already inside a list. If we want to add another value to a key, we simply add it as a list in square brackets to any key of our choice. So in our case, let's add a fish to the available pets. Check the result and see we have added a second value to an existing key. The second method we can use to add values to a key is the extend method. The extend method works the same way as the plus equals assignment operator we just covered. Here's our previous pet shop dictionary with single values stored as lists. Instead of using the plus equals operator, we add .extend to our targeted dictionary key and insert the value we want to add to the key as a list inside of extends parentheses. Within our extended list, we can add as many values as we like. But the extend method only takes one argument. So in our case, either a single value or a single list. If we try to add two lists separated by a comma, we'll receive a type error. As you can see, in this case, we have extended our list by another fish and another fish. Let's move on to our next method, append. The third method we use to add multiple values to a key is the append method. Let's quickly look at the dictionary that we extended in the last video. The append method works differently than the plus equals assignment operator and extend method, which are similar to each other. At first glance, it's easy. We just change extend to append. But when we look at our pet shop dictionary with an appended value, there's an important difference. Where extend added the new value to the existing value list within the dictionary, append adds a new list within the existing value list. The downside is that we are creating sublists within lists. The upside is that your next project may need that kind of depth. Maybe. Just like the extend method, the append method only takes one argument. In our case, one list. If we try to add a second list separated by a comma, we'll receive a type error. So how do we access the values inside a list inside of the values? Remember, we access a single value for key multiple value pairs by accessing the index position. In this case, we chose the position 0, and the 0 position in our list returns terrier. So to access the list of fish we just appended, we need to choose the third value of our pet shop dictionary. This returns our final appended list, another fish and another fish. So if we want to access values from within a list, within a key multiple value pair, we use the same logic. We print our pet shop. First we access the indexed position of the fish list, then the indexed position within that list. On a side note, if you happen to use sets instead of lists within your multi-value dictionary, you'll use the add method instead of the append method. The fourth method we can use for adding multiple values to a key is the setDefault method. The setDefault method will set the value to the default value if it finds a matching key. If it doesn't, it will create a new key adding the new value as default. Note that any key that is not in the dictionary will automatically be added. If the key is already in the dictionary, the value will be appended to the end. Using our pet shop dictionary again, this is how we use setDefault. Using the setDefault method in combination with extend adds the new values to the value list of the specified key. SetDefault takes two parameters, of which the second can be omitted if the key already exists in the dictionary. If we're not sure if the key exists, and if we want to add multiple values, we add an empty list as the second parameter. So in this case, we've extended the key dead with the values duck and frog. We know that dead exists, so we can omit the second parameter. If we're sure our key doesn't exist, we need to add an empty list as our second parameter. If we use the append method here instead of the extend method, the new values will also be added to a new list inside of the existing value list. And there we go. Our new key, allegedly dead, has the two values parrot and mouse inside its list. The fifth method we can use for adding multiple values to a key is the Defaultdict method. At some point in your career you will come across a list of tuples. Tuples are immutable, meaning elements can't be added, removed or reordered. So if you have a list of tuples, you can't just take one value and add it to an existing key. This is where the Defaultdict method is your best friend. Let's take a look at our tuplified list from previous examples. The key value pairs in this list of tuples are separated by commas. We have three different tuples with the same key value. It would be great if we could combine the three into a single key with multiple values. Fortunately, that's exactly what we can do using the Defaultdict module. Defaultdict is a subclass of the dict class and must be imported from the collections module before it can be used. We can use Defaultdict to convert a sequence of tuples to a dictionary. We start by creating a variable for our new dictionary and tell it that we will be using the Defaultdict module that we just imported. Then we'll create a simple for loop telling the interpreter to assign the key to the first element in each tuple and the value to the second element. Whenever a key already exists, the value is appended to the existing value. Once our tuple is converted to a dictionary with key value pairs, we can use any of the methods we've covered so far to add multiple values to keys. If our tuple already contained multiple values for the same keys, then Defaultdict will automatically store them inside of a multi-value list. Now we've covered the most common ways to add multiple values to a Python dictionary. Let's sidestep a little and see how we can update the multiple values we've added. To use this method within our dictionary, we'll use the dictFromKeys method to create a new dictionary with the updated values. Here's our pet shop again. Our terrier is still available. Let's add two values to our available key. An updated terrier and an updated hamster. Let's print it, and as you can see, the new values have been added and our old terrier has left the shop forever. A useful function of the update method is that you can update more than one key at a time by comma separating the keys. This will replace any values within the given keys with our new values. So we've added our dead key, and we will update that key also with updated terrier and updated hamster. If the key doesn't exist in the dictionary, it will be added and updated with the values given. We can add multiple values to a dictionary, so we can also delete them. We use del. With the del keyword, we can delete keys and multiple values. Using our pet shop dictionary, it's easy to target keys and values for deletion. Looking at our pet shop dictionary, we can already see we should delete the whole key value pair dead. Well, we all know that our parrot is just sleeping and not really dead, so let's remove it. Gone. Great, no more dead pets here. To delete a single value from a key, we can call the index position. Python uses zero-based indexing, so 0 for the first value, 1 for the second, etc. Let's delete the first terrier. First terrier's gone. To delete multiple values from a key, we can use the range syntax. Start, stop, step, separated by colons. I've added some more terriers to our pet shop dictionary to clarify our steps. I've named them according to their index position from 0 to 9. Now let's delete terriers 3 and 6. To do that, we start our deletion at position 3, which will be included, and end at position 7, which will be excluded. And we want to delete every third step, so 3, 7, 3. Don't forget, start is inclusive and stop is exclusive. Great! Terriers 3 and 6 found a new home. Great! Let's wrap up what we've learned by creating a simple function that will add multiple values to our dictionary using the extend method. One final time, let's look at our pet shop dictionary. Okay, our function will make it easier to add multiple values to our dictionary. First, we define our function. Our function will accept 3 parameters: pet shop, which is our dictionary, status, our keys, and pet, our values. If our key is not in the pet shop, we will create a new one containing an empty list for our new pet. Then we will add the new pet to whichever key we chose. Doesn't matter if it's existing or new. We'll do that via the extend method. And finally, we'll return our dictionary with the new value. Because we're using lists for our multiple values, we can pass a list containing as many values as we like as our pet parameter. So, the pet shop is our pet shop. The key we choose, so the status, is available, and we will add a list with 3 new pets that were all abandoned. Another terrier, and another terrier, and a third terrier. Let's check what our updated pet shop looks like. And there we go. The available pets now are the terrier, another terrier, and another terrier, and a third terrier. Good job. There are many ways you can add multiple values to a key in a Python dictionary. We covered how you can achieve this with different methods. We explained each of the methods in detail and also showed you how you can update and delete multiple values. Finally, we showed you an example of how to add multiple values to a Python dictionary using one of the methods in a function. Now you know for sure. Yes, it is possible to add multiple values to a key in a Python dictionary.